incredibly humble leader who was asking me not to introduce her, and I'm being civilly disobedient right now. So I needed to share that so you all could support me. These are my superiors. As the Assistant Deputy Undersecretary for Health for Patient Care Services, Dr. Marie McCarthy serves as the consultant to the Deputy Undersecretary for Health, Dr. Lee, for policy and services on all policy matters and issues that relate to patient care and clinical services. Dr. McCarthy has a 25-year history of service to the veteran community, including in her prior role as a Chief of Staff at the Salem VA Medical Center. There, she served as an Associate Chief of Staff for Education and as a staff psychiatrist, and continued her active role in undergraduate and graduate medical education. Prior to Salem, she was a staff psychiatrist at the DC VA Medical Center and was actively engaged in education and research as well as patient care. While in VA Central Office, she continues to provide treatment to a small number of veterans via telemedicine. Do you have any other telehealth social workers in here? Yeah? Okay. For much of last fiscal year, she was acting as the chief consultant for telehealth. She received her Doctor of Medicine from the University of Massachusetts Medical School and completed residency training at Georgetown and Tufts. She is certified by the American Board of Psychiatry and Neurology and the American Board of Medical Examiners. Please join me in welcoming Dr. McCarthy. Get my props. Let's let that go. Okay. So it's great to be here. I just want to congratulate everybody on being part of VA social work, because you need to know how proud we are of all of you and all you do. I did write some remarks, so just bear with me. The social work program was established in the Veterans Bureau by General Order 351 from June 16, 1926. So technically we're a week beyond your birthday, but that's okay. Since that date, social workers have been leading change and transforming lives for our nation's veterans. The first year, the staffing consisted of 14 social workers placed in psychiatric hospitals and 22 placed in regional offices throughout the country. And from the start, social workers have been our glue. You are our system savers who will figure out how to best make treatment plans and discharge plans and systems innovations and changes to hold our veterans' systems of support together. Today, social workers provide direct care to veterans, their families, and caregivers in settings across our continuum of care, removing barriers and improving access. You have been our glue in helping veterans and their loved ones keep it all together. We recognize the skill set of social workers in helping to resolve the access crisis, and have detailed Michael Kilmer, Chief Consultant, Care Management and Social Work, and foremost, a clinical social worker. Where are you, Michael? Okay, great. To the Office of the Deputy Undersecretary for Health for Operations and Management, in order to assist with the implementation of the MyVA Access initiatives. And Michael is in many ways the glue in pulling together the functions and the data from that office. Social workers are leading significant programs in medical centers and nationally, contributing to a work environment where employees are valued, supported, and encouraged to do their best for veterans, their families, and caregivers. They are in many leadership roles in our systems of care. Again, glue for our employees, our programs, and engagement. VA's National Homeless Program, led by Lisa Pate, clinical social worker, and staffed predominantly by VA social workers nationwide, has provided support and services to approximately 230,000 veterans and their family members through programs aimed at preventing homelessness. Do we have others involved in that program? Thank you. I would say you have not been just glue, but truly some high-powered mortar, as in bricks and mortar, for our homeless veterans. The Transition and Care Management Program, staffed primarily by social work case managers,
provides service for approximately 40,000 post-9/11 service members and veterans just during 2015. Providing access and continuity of care between DoD and VA is the heart of what you do, and you are at every VA medical center. Anybody here from Transition and Care Management? Oh, we have Kathy Didiger from the National TCM Program Office is a wonderful example of the glue that enables those key connections between DoD and VA. VA's Caregiver Support Program, led by Meg Cabot, was developed, implemented, and is currently staffed largely by VA social workers. Any caregiver support coordinators? The program has revolutionized care delivery in an unmatched way to more than 30,000 family caregivers of veterans by providing unprecedented services and supports. And I know so many caregivers appreciate your systems thinking and how you become the glue to allow the veteran's caregiver to function effectively. The VA Fisher House and Family Hospitality Program is led by VA social worker Jennifer Kogan and offers veterans, their family members, and caregivers a home away from home while they're traveling from VA medical facilities to receive care. Anybody else involved with Fisher program with Jennifer? She is a one-man show. In 2015, over 20,000 families were accommodated and served by VA Fisher houses, ultimately saving veterans and their families over $2 million in lodging costs. Again, more glue to hold the families together through treatment. The National Domestic Violence Intimate Partner Violence Assistance Program, now led by Laura Taylor as a collateral responsibility. Laura is a clinical social worker expanding screening, prevention, and intervention to veterans in need of this important program. In addition, the program has developed and strengthened partnerships with community providers and resources. And once again, this is an example of gluing together systems to help veterans and families. VA social workers have a demonstrated history in serving as innovators and champions at local, business, and national levels for best practices. Social workers use best clinical practice and seek best practices in VA research, education, and program management. Anybody involved in education, research, or program management? Again, you are gluing together important pieces of our solutions puzzle. Social workers have embraced many different roles in VA, and VA has embraced you as well. We have facility directors, network directors, program managers, and executive leaders on so many levels using your systems thinking skills and compassion to lead us effectively. Using VA's internal social media platform, VA Pulse, the National Social Work Program Office sponsored a robust employee engagement campaign this year to celebrate your 90th anniversary. And I know we have leaders here that were involved in that. That's awesome. The page has remained in the top 10 sites visited every month since February 2016. Laura has a hand in that, and she'll kill me for telling you this, but Dr. Schulman, she competes with you for having you. Sorry, Laura. There are over 500 followers on the page, and more than 40 of you have participated in the video project. I would like to recognize Laura and several field-based champions from the 90th Anniversary Celebration Planning Committee. Could you please raise your hand? Okay. Truly though, social workers exemplify our VAI core values: integrity, commitment, advocacy, respect, and excellence in your daily work with our nation's heroes and their families. It is who you are, which is more than simply cool. Your training has taught you to start where the veteran is, putting veterans first. Our VA social workers have never been so critical to our mission of rebuilding trust. Your respect towards veterans' self-determination in their life choices and your value of their engagement in treatment decisions is the path to proving that VA really does provide the best care everywhere. I would personally like to thank each one of you for what you do every day to provide outstanding care to our nation's heroes and to ensure the highest quality outcomes for those who have served our country. Please know how much I value each of you, and thank you for being so effective, so caring, so compassionate, such systems thinking, and much more than the glue in our system. So thank you.